As you know, the mainstream media is declaring Joe Biden as the president for the 2020 election. Currently, the Trump campaign are filing lawsuits. The big lawsuits come in on Monday, and these will legally, and it's an absolute legal process, not just a childish or where type of behavior from the Trump campaign that we lost. So there is a legal precedent that allows a presidential campaign to challenge the results when there's recount warranted for states that have less than a 0.5% margin of error. Also, if there's observed voter fraud, and there's multiple accounts now of documented voter fraud. A lot of this has been anecdotal, and you see a lot of people claiming they've got video of this, the video of that, but the evidence, multiple methods were used in this election, especially with the margin of error we're talking about, and the possibility of the ability to remove the fraudulent votes or fake votes or mistaken votes that were received well after November 3rd, and remove from the count can totally swing the electoral college votes in President Trump's favor. And not only President Trump, but certainly within the Senate, because here's a great prediction that I speculated just days ago, that it's not enough for fraudulent slash error, dramatic error, shall we say, to be in our voting system and to slowly over days inch away and erode the bulk of the wins that the Trump campaign had in those swing states. Okay, that being said, that's speculation and anecdotal, but let's understand for a minute that once they had the opportunity of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel for their opportunity to get Biden in as president, now they're going after the Senate. And if you look at the news and how the progress of the news has always been focused on the president, and then at some stage there was a statement that there's no way that the Democrats can obtain a majority of the House seats in the Senate. Now they're going for it. This is this is so obvious. I mean, the behavior. Anyone, I have an engineering background. I've done several semesters of statistics, and I mainly use calculus approaches where I work, but the idea of these statistical anomalies must be investigated before January 20th. 21st is when the inauguration date is for whoever the president is. A legitimate election, if Trump loses legitimately, then albeit. All the Trump supporters I know are willing to accept it. But as long as we know, and we have a gut feel that, we were on the ground level getting data, and we know the data, and the data does not match any of the pollsters before the election, and doesn't match any of the opinions of the mainstream media before the election. And then these having multiple swing states kind of just watching Biden's approaching the Trump's votes just over time, and you just kind of understand, there are definitely mail-in ballots being shipped in, and we're hearing reports in the dead of night, and then that morning the workers just start counting them. We've got multiple evidences of dead people voting, and Rudy Giuliani gave many examples. We have multiple observers observing fraud, and I have two very good friends of mine who saw it firsthand in Minneapolis or St. Paul. Anyway, just some thoughts, but this is real, and the election's not over.